Alright, so Untold Stories Round 4 is set to return tomorrow. This was data mined a couple of days ago. We did post on our community page. Alongside that, we also did mention that 1000 Year Blood War Round 15 is also set to return, and we still don't know the exact date on when that is coming out, but it will be coming out soon, so do keep that in mind. But for today's video, we're here to break down the banner, letting you lads know everything you need to know in regards to these characters before you do summon on the banner. In this case, Untold Stories Round 4 is back from tomorrow, the 7th of March, all the way to the 14th. Unfortunately, this does mean that while this banner is out, we aren't going to know what mid-month is going to be. And at the same time, we have no idea what also other reruns are coming out this month other than 1000 Year Blood War Round 15. I'm pretty sure the Christmas characters are also set to return this month, so if that's something you're interested in, you might want to save for that. But with that said, looking at the actual banner, in this case, you will notice that there are 5 spirits of with you captains. We have Yoruichi, Soi Fon, Yamamoto, Shunsui, and also Jushiro. This right here is going to be the main reason why you would want to summon on this banner, to get one of these 5 characters. Because the other characters, the ones that round up this banner, that being calm for your old characters, unfortunately they're a tad bit outdated and you're not really going to get much of a usage out of them, other than maybe Kenpachi. But quickly having a look at these particular characters, first up we have Yoruichi, who I would consider to be one of the better characters in the game, especially when it comes to the heart attribute. If you ever wanted to play with a Yoruichi that's absolutely broken, but at the same time also have an original design, this character is just for you. With a great set of strong attacks, and also a great set of skills, she's definitely someone you can use in lots of different content. And the reason for that is because she has a high berserker, frenzy +1, with the additional 80% stat boost to your spiritual pressure stat when you do inflict a status on it. And what makes this good is that she also does have weakening on every single attack, but also an increased chance to inflict weakening against any mind enemy. That makes it so she's constantly inflicting weakening, keeping herself safe, allowing her to do damage, but also constantly activating that SP boost so her damage is at the highest it possibly can be for majority of the quest. This is great in content like Inheritance Trials, and given the nature of the character, she just performs very good in almost every content you put her against. IT, Epic Raids, and also Guild Quests. She also has Marauders, so you can use it into Extreme Co-op, and on release, which granted was over a year ago at this point, she even rivaled someone like 6th Anniversary Aizen, so that just goes to show how good this character actually is. Next up though, we have Soi Fon. Pretty good damage output thanks to a 60% bruiser, with flurry +1, and also an additional 20% normal attack damage that you give to power attribute captains. That high bruiser and flurry +1, with the addition that she does have a boost SA2, allows her to actually hit quite hard for a normal attack damaging character. But alongside that boost SA2, she also does come with a barrier, and with the multi-barrier skill, it's giving a +5 barrier for herself and a +3 barrier for your teammates. The built-in recharge allows that SA2 to come back a tad bit faster, and with Lacery and Paralysis on every attack except that SA2, she also has a bit of good utility when it comes to crowd control. This Soi Fon overall is just a very solid NAD character that can actually auto IT when the enemies are no affiliation, because she does have a no affiliation kill ability, and at the same time she also makes her a really good boost character and good support character for the melee no affiliation guild quests. That's realistically the main place you are going to use her, but even then she makes her just an overall decent auto character and can also be used in quite a few stages in Senkamon. Very cool design character in my opinion, and again this character mainly is for those Soi Fon fans that want to play with an original Soi Fon that is actually good. Yamamoto is the next character. In this case he is the brave battle character of the banner, a good damage output, but the main thing about him is that he does have invincibility for 10 seconds but also goes for invincibility. Now having invincibility isn't anything too special anymore since a lot of characters do naturally go through it, but even then, as we have seen with the rise of SP characters being used in the meta, Yamamoto is still a pretty good counter to the SP characters, and there are still plenty of Tsukishima and Jurugums running around in Brave battles, the 2 characters this character was designed to counter. That's realistically the only 3 characters you want to put him against: Tsukishima, Jurugum, and any SP character, and if you do that, he's going to have an easy time in the current Brave Battle meta. He's not a top 5 Brave Battle character anymore, but he definitely is still one of the more usable ones out there, and if you're looking for a 3rd character to round up your team, this character might be for you. Next up though, we have Shunsui, a mind SP character with the Sarpa kill ability. At this point in time, he's mainly relegated to being used in epic raid content, and that's not really a bad thing because he actually can clear quite fast. That's mainly thanks to the fact that he does have a good damage output, not super high but good enough, but most importantly he does have weakening on every single attack and also a charge strong attack free, which showcased the character recently against the Totosho epic raids, and granted he did have killer there, so he's more ideal when he is going against a Sarpa epic raid, which isn't too uncommon to be fair, but since he has a charge strong attack, weakening on every attack, it allows him to actually help you clear the epic raids quite fast characters, which is what you usually want to do. And because he's increasing the amount of links up potions you get by +5, he definitely still has some value in epic raid content, and that's where I think he best shines in that current content. Other than that though, I mean, he's not really a bad character to use in IT when there are sorry enemies, and he also can be used in guild quests as well. Jushiro is going to be a speed and nat character with the holo kill ability, and his whole thing is that he is basically the best auto character in the game. And by that, he does clear a tad bit slower because he does have a slowish kit, but what he does guarantee is safety, and that's thanks to the fact that he does have drain on every single attack except that SA2, but the SA2 is a boost and barrier, giving you 33% extra attack, focus, and defense, but also 5 additional barriers for yourself and a free hit barrier for your teammates. With the fact that he's a ranged nat character with guard break, you're able to stay far back, do a lot of damage, and potentially heal yourself a lot of the times throughout the entire quest. Personally, I'd rarely ever use this character nowadays because I'd rather just manual the content, but if you are going for that auto lifestyle, he does auto content relatively well, probably the best in the entire game, albeit a tad bit slower, but he can do something that most characters can't do, auto something like IT for example. Co-op IT, by the way. And that's basically the main 5 characters. Your spirits are for your characters, the reason why you would be summoning on this banner. But let's quickly go over the other fillers. In this case, Aura, she's a mild character, no affiliation killer. Right now, doesn't really have much usage. The only place I could ever see her being used in is basically Sankamon, where you're required to bring a human character. Even then, we have access to free-to-play characters like Shad and Tatsuki. Even Ichigo, to be fair, and they would probably do a better job, to be honest. Kenpachi is a normal attack damage character with the Aaroniero kill ability. He does come with the +5 links or potion skills for the speed attribute, and that makes him actually pretty good for epic raid content, especially next month because he will be a bonus against the Awakened Zaplo epic raids. So by using him, you're getting the bonus damage, bonus medals, has a Aaroniero killer, so he's actually going to be optimal in a particular quest, but you're also getting the +5 links or potions. So he's not a character you would use that much despite being a links or character because there are better options out there, but he's definitely someone you can use next month at the very least. Seinosuke is a speed character with the Aaroniero kill ability. It doesn't really have much going for him. It's nice that he has some good utility on that SA2, which is a heal and also barrier. But other than that, doesn't really have much going for him. Low damage output, not the best kit, and also no status augments. Shunsui is a power character with the no affiliation kill ability, and his whole gimmick is that he wants to inflict lacerate and then does more damage to lacerated enemies. Unfortunately, doesn't have an increased chance to do that, but he's good enough to be used in just some type of content. Again, nothing too special here. But that's basically the banner. Now, other than that, the banner is going to be a normal step-up format. So step 1, 6, 11, 16, and 21 are discounted at 150 orbs. Step 2, 7, 12, 17, and 22 are discounted at 200 orbs. And every 5th step guarantees you a featured character, which of course includes one of these 9 characters. The banner itself is pretty decent. Obviously, featuring 5 Beyond Bankai captains is already potentially enough reason for you to summon, but in my opinion, I would much rather wait for these characters to come back in a better banner, potentially with Mayuri and Gin whenever that's going to happen. But even then, I think if you just really want these characters, if you are fans of these 5 Beyond Bankai captains and you want them now, it's a decent banner to pull on. I wouldn't recommend skipping it, but I wouldn't recommend summoning on it. It's kind of been like a weird 50-50 part. It really just comes down to you if you want to summon for these characters. In my case, I'll be skipping on both my main and also ults, but there definitely is some value here, mainly with those 5 characters. If you are missing all 5 Beyond Bankai captains, it definitely doesn't hurt to do the discounts. And like I said, Kenpachi, even though he is quite mediocre, definitely does have some value going forward into next month with the Awakened Zappo epic raid. So essentially, you're pulling from 6 good characters that you definitely can get a usage out of. And the reason why I do kind of say it's maybe worth a skip is because all these characters are old enough now to be featured as fillers. We saw with the end of year banner that Yoruichi and Soi Fon were filler characters, and since Safui is potentially coming to an end sometime this year, Gin and Mayuri being the last confirmed characters to be getting Beyond Bankai forms, there eventually will come a time that we will get a all Beyond Bankai banner. And since none of these characters are must summons anymore, maybe waiting for the hypothetical Beyond Bankai banner might be a thing you want to do, but that's not guaranteed to happen. It's just something I want to throw out there. So yeah, it's a decent banner. I think if you want to summon on it, it comes down to you. And if you are going to summon, let me know in the comments below. How many steps do you plan to do on this particular banner? And with that said, hope you liked and enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.